We begin our coverage with Nathan King, who's here with the latest developments. Nathan?
That's right, and the first physiological evidence, the White House says, that proves the government of Bashar al-Assad gassed their own people. But the job of convincing a skeptical American public and their representatives in the U.S. Congress has only just begun.
I think the president's made a very courageous,
but sir,
I think Congress and the American people should welcome this.
The votes aren't there.
Kicking off a week of lobbying, the U.S. Secretary of State took to the airwaves to push the administration's case in a bid to build broader coalitions at home and abroad.
It also gives us time to reach out to allies, friends around the world, build support on an international basis. And I think ultimately we can proceed, the president can proceed, and our nation can proceed from a much stronger position.
We're not considering any boots on the ground approach.
The U.S. administration also began behind-the-scenes briefings of U.S. representatives on the intelligence of the alleged chemical attack and announced more evidence.
We now have evidence from hair and blood samples from first responders in East Damascus, the people who came to help. We have signatures of sarin in their hair and blood samples. So the case is growing stronger by the day.
Various U.S. lawmakers also took to the TV screens to indicate that there will be a tough fight ahead.
I would say if the president cannot make his case to Congress, then it's not going to pass.
So I believe when that case is made, and it's not only made to Congress but to the American public, I believe that we will rally behind the principle that use of chemical weapons is wrong and it can't go unpunished.
Though a U.S. attack may now be delayed, it is far from cancelled. The U.S. president says he still has the authority to act alone, even without congressional approval. If he gets their backing, he is certain to strike, and many more Syrians are set to flee Damascus between now and the week of September 9th.
Those briefings will go on all week, and the president himself is pushing the case. Monday, he's set to meet with the powerful Senator John McCain, who has long pushed for a more robust American approach to Syria. There'll also be plenty of U.S. lawmakers telling the president that they want the U.S. to stay out of Syria. Some tough days of arm twisting ahead.
As you say, tough days, Nathan. Are there any indications that minds may be changing in Congress?
Obviously, it's early days, but, you know, the gravity of the situation is starting to weigh on lawmakers as they return to Washington. That if they don't vote yes, how does the U.S. then be perceived in the wider world? Would it be weak? And also, the White House knows this, and they're also saying this is not just about Syria. This is about Iran. This is about the DPRK, North Korea. We need to send a signal that we're united when it comes to weapons of mass destruction. Sounds a little bit like Iraq, doesn't it? But this is a limited strike, says the White House.
Nathan King, thank you, sir.